A street name is just a street name, or can it carry a social identity with it? That question is at the heart of a new exercise underway in Chennai. The Greater Chennai Corporation has begun surveying street name boards across the city to identify names that carry caste references and potentially remove or change them. So far, around 77 such names have been identified across Kodambakkam, Vala Saravakkam and Adayar, with reports from the remaining corporation zones still being awaited. The move follows Government Order 313, GO 313, issued by the Tamil Nadu Government, which lays down guidelines for removing or changing public names that denote caste or promote social discrimination. The process is fairly specific. If a caste reference appears simply as a suffix to a person's name, the suffix can be removed. But if the entire street name is based on caste identity, the street could be renamed altogether. Names currently under review include Gengu Reddy Road, Brahmin Street, Vaniyar Street, Reddy Street and Dr. Nair Road. And this isn't entirely new, let's tell you. Some Chennai streets have already seen changes. GN Chetty Road has been renamed Gopati Narayanan Road, whilst Srinivasa Iyer Street and Balakrishna Naikan Street have been shortened as well. But the debate gained another dimension last week when the Madras High Court, suo motu case again, questioned why caste appellations continue to exist on street names even in 2026. The court pointed out that a person's address appears across official documents and argued that a caste-linked street name can therefore become more than just a signboard. It can become an identifier. The court also referred to government directions dating back to 1978 and similar judicial directions issued in 2018. So the issue tonight isn't simply about changing a few signboards and display names. Can removing caste references from public spaces really help create a more equal public identity? That's one question. Or are we attempting to solve a deeply social problem through administrative changes? Will that really help? What happens to historical names? Who decides what replaces them? And can a street name really influence how people see caste, or is it merely a reflection of attitudes that already exist? There is also the question of representation. Social justice groups have suggested names such as B.R. Ambedkar and M. Singaravarilar as alternatives. So tonight, we're looking beyond the signboards at caste, identity, history, and the meaning of public space. We'll try and discuss this with our journalist and political analyst with us on the broadcast, V. Subramaniam, political analyst. Many thanks, Mr. Subramaniam. Always a pleasure to have you with us. And Prasad Peketi, political analyst with us on the broadcast as well. Many thanks, sir. Mr. Subramaniam, first and foremost, how do you read this? Let's quickly begin with the ground reality here. How significant is this street name changing survey in Chennai, and how much public discussion is there around these caste-linked names? Will attitudes change because of administrative exercise?
Whenever we want to see the government order issued, what is the objective of that GO to be achieved? So that is what we would like to know. Go back and understand the background. See, if you want to change the street names which are having the caste as a suffix in metros, people are not really bothered about there is no big discrimination or caste-based some attitude or sensitivity issues are happening in metros like Chennai or Coimbatore. Okay, but where is the problem? Real problem. If you want to eradicate the casteism and bring equality amongst the people, then you'll have to go back to the grassroots where in the rural villages it's really happening. Okay. A lot of murders happened because of, caste fights. Yeah. Okay, so if you want to fix it at the root. And metros are having a migrant people. Okay, I would say that maybe 20-30% of people are migrated from other part of India, migrated here. They are not even know about the caste, whatever we are talking about. So my suggestion is even you are referring to 1978 order, which is still holds good. So what is previous governments have taken action from 1978 to till now? What is the need for the government to pass once again the 2025 GO to implement all this, remove the caste names?
From what I understand, Mr. Subramaniam, the Madras High Court took a suo motu cognizance of this and said, all of these signboards and the people living over there, these display boards can actually lead up to the personal official documents, and this can become an identifier. Do you think the court has a point there when it's making that?
No, court is correct, but I'm saying the observation of court is more valid in the rural or the villages. Even villages, see, you forgot about the street name. Even the village name itself, or that couple of villages put together, they call it as the area in remote Coimbatore or down south Tirunelveli and all. There's a place called Vannan Kulam. It's like a Dobie pond. Okay. So then a lot of villages are having suffix with the caste name. How are you going to address that? And in the villages, if you are having a Brahmin street or Vaniya street, any one of the villages, I think there will be a hesitation from the people from other communities to enter into those streets. So that is the real problem you need to
Fair
address.
enough.
Instead
Fair
of
enough.
doing it at metros, I'm saying this is a good agenda, good objective, but has to be
But
implemented
it's
from the
superficial because
grassroots.
it's happening in an urban space like Chennai.
Urban space, Chennai,
Take
yeah.
it to the grassroots where it will actually
Yes,
make
yes.
some sort of, a dent, and you'll make some inroads over there. That is a
Correct.
credible point. Mr. Pekati, what's your stand over here? Around 77 names, at least that's what in the public domain. More lists are being awaited from 3 of these zones. What do you think? What happens next, and how complicated could all of this become once all 15 corporation zones submit their reports?
First of all, to you, Kabir and V. Subramaniam ji and audience, good evening. While the intention of this exercise is good, the implementation may not be that much fruitful because we have seen various initiatives that were happening for many decades to remove the casteism, but it's not really happening. Okay, for example, take the example of Tamil Nadu. A lot of people from the different castes, they have removed a lot of their last names which are indicative of the particular caste. But even then, when it comes to the actual power that comes to the MLAs or local body elections or MPs,
Yeah.
the ticket distribution happens only based on the caste.
Very great point.
So that is the reason why it is not that simple to remove the caste from the system. Okay. So, and the next one, we need to see from beyond Tamil Nadu, from other states as well. So there are a lot of places, like forget about the caste. So there is some place in Hyderabad called Dobie Ghat. So all the washers will go. That place is called Dobie Ghat. So now how will it be changed? So this is in the metro that is happening.
Yeah.
And there is a place called Jangareddy Gudam in Andhra Pradesh. It's a well-known town. So sometimes practicality we need to consider, and definitely there are different measures which the governments are taking. And I see that more than this, so increasing the awareness of how can we be together in building our society, or the colonies or the villages, and fight for the causes irrespective of the caste.
I understand.
So that is what need to be pushed for.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. There are 2 things as a quick follow-up, Mr. Pekati. You see, the government is presenting this as a social justice measure. That's number 1. So politically, since you've looked at it from the political prism, what message is the administration trying to really send through this exercise? That's one thing to decode. And then you also suggested that, there have been so many anti-discriminatory measures that have been put in the past to no fruition. Doesn't mean we completely stop. This, I think, is a step in the right direction. Implementation can be questioned, but also the political lens. Politically, what message is the administration trying to send out there?
So one thing which Joseph Vijay CM's initiatives are good. So he's trying to say that, okay, it's a caste-free society and it is corruption-free society. Those kind of signals he's sending. But we need to understand how holistically he is doing it. So, for example, there are castes even in Christianity, castes in Islam as well. So, is he going to solve other religions as well, or he is just targeting at show for the lens? So, that is what we need to understand.
Okay. Mr. Subramaniam, you see, Tamil Nadu has a long political history that is centered around caste, that is centered around social justice. time and again, we've debated and discussed, the kind of casteist slurs that have been given out, especially when somebody is in, a police custody. There are custodial killings also. And when it comes to replacing the names, even look at the national capital, there's a lot of furor, there's a lot of hue and cry over what name goes and what name replaces that particular name. So could the choice of replacement of names become as politically significant as removing some of those old ones? Here in Lutyens, Delhi, some of those old names have made way for some of those new names. Some states, some cities have been renamed a different way. All of that is very politically motivated. Couldn't that again be a political challenge for Joseph Vijay? And a very important point that Mr. Pekati has pointed out is the Chief Minister now going to venture out into, absolving and dissipating the caste issue in all the other religions as well? Is it more than what the Chief Minister can chew right now?
Yeah, I think whatever he is doing it now, it's only at the superficial level. Definitely, it will be only at the, the whatever the caste you want to eradicate or discriminations to be come down is only with the majorly in the Hindu religion. Okay, you cannot touch the Islam or Christianity where he has got the major votes from their community, and also Congress is alliance with them, and VCK, the VCK is alliance with them. Those people are claiming that they are protecting for the minority rights. If he's going to touch that, okay, the minority communities, the casteism, definitely it is going to, the local body elections are anytime due now. Maybe about 6 months, the local body elections are going to come. It will have definitely a repercussion at the local body level, at the rural villages level. So what he's trying to do is, since he claimed that this is government for social justice, I'm saying, okay, when you said everybody said, even including the Congress, they want to give a justice to the equal gender, women. So 33% reservation. So where are those in your election manifesto or the constituents, the constituencies, wherever you announce the candidates, do you accounted for 33% of your total constituencies allocated to women? So you are demanding for 33% reservation for women. As a start, okay, why do you want the lawmakers to implement the law? So you are going to be the lawmakers in the upcoming years. Why can't you set the trend in the first time itself? Give the women voters or women candidates for 33% of the constituencies. So it's all only in the, they want to be good in books, but not in implementing. That is what we can see.
So just political showboating here.
Political show. I that's what I can see. If you want to, if you are having a will to implement, why from 1978 to 2025, no government has done it. So there is no will for them, because if they touch it, then there is a 2 to 3% vote shift will happen. Then your government will topple. That is the problem.
Okay, so political showboating at that. Mr. Pekati, I've got a pointed question here, because groups have suggested names such as B.R. Ambedkar, such as M. Singaravelar. My apologies if the pronunciation is a little bit awry. Could the renaming exercise itself become a context over which social histories are now going to get represented? And will this become a problem, because there might be political resistance when a familiar or a historically used name, a local name, is suddenly replaced? And my sociological question here is that how much does a street name actually influence social identity in a place like Chennai, for starters?
So definitely in places like Chennai or any other metros, the street name may not be that much identifiable. Okay, so people may not really get connected. But as a historian or the person who is actually living in that place, so my individual take is that we should rename that particular street or that particular area based on the people who have actually contributed for the development there, or those who have fought for the cause, or those who have built a very good gifted lands or for construction of the schools or hospitals. Such kind of people need to be renamed. Just for the sake of the votes, you cannot put everyone as one family name or some other people. So, but it should reflect. If someone goes, someone should show that interest. This name seems to be different. What is the history of that? There has to be some place where they can place some little bit of a text, what the person has contributed to that place. So, or else it's very, very difficult. Just for namesake, okay, everywhere you put the name of Gandhi. So, everyone knows what is Gandhi. But if someone has contributed that area, please put that name. People will understand the greatness of those people. That is not happening. And people are naming, renaming, and everything. That is fine. So, but what is the significance? What is the message you are carrying? That is not happening.
So a lot of confusion on that particular front. Of course, needless to say, by the time the other, corporation zones submit their reports, this is going to, of course, blow into a much larger political potboiler with all the other parties also staking claim to some sort of political mileage. Whether it's showboating or will this really lead to some sort of change in the attitude, only time will tell. But a street name, it may seem like nothing more than a signboard, but when that name carries a caste identity, a history, sociological antecedents to it, it can become part of how people are identified in their neighborhood, in public records, and in everyday life. At least that's what the Honorable Madras High Court has said. Let's wait and find out till the next reports come in. On that note, Mr. Pekati, Mr. Subramaniam, many thanks for taking out the time and speaking to us here on News 9, helping us put this story into context and into perspective. Many thanks.
Thank you.
Jai Hind, Jai Hind, Jai Hind.
All right, then shifting our focus here, before we wrap up this edition of In Your Interest, we've got our health segment, and this is about your heart because we continue to care for it. The cholesterol battle has followed the same script. You take a pill, you take another pill, and then you take it again tomorrow and keep taking it for years. Now, scientists are testing a very different idea. What if you could make one targeted genetic change, one small little